Hello and welcome to the 2025 Loc-Doc Block Picking Championships. We've got new competitors, a new digital game board, and even a new broadcasting booth. But sadly, that's where our budget ran out, so you have the same commentators. Speaking of my co-host, Kevin is set to compete in our first match of the day, so I'll toss it over to Chad, who's got a breakdown of this year's rules.
The way the rules work, we have 3 cylinders. Each of those cylinders get increasingly harder from left to right. They have a 2-minute timer to be able to complete this task. The person that gets the most cylinders picked the fastest will proceed down the bracket.
And they're off. Kevin Starr looking to start with the middle lock for some reason.
Yeah, it's an interesting process there to jump right into the middle. And Kevin's board is apparently very complicated from left to right to begin with. He has gotten stuck on the first easiest pick. His sport coat may be getting in the way of his effective picking skills.
Yeah, he did not train with the sport coat on. And just like that, Kevin is eliminated having not picked a single lock.
You can't win them all.
Yeah, but you could win some.
You could win some, and then you could win none, which is what I did.
Yeah.
Let's take a look back at round 1. And here we go. We got Mike, experienced technician, been there several times.
Matthew, completely different technique here. Unlocked one,
Yep.
and then he went immediately to the hardest one.
Interesting tactic.
I mean, he at least got one.
Woe be unto you should you pick no cylinders.
Adam already on lock
On the
3.
3, yeah. Who's the first one to get all 3?
Chino or Adam could get it here.
And we're going to go to Chad on the floor with Sam.
The guys were discussing that you may have an advantage because you look at part numbers all the time. Where do you see that as an advantage for you?
Virtually no advantage whatsoever.
Here we are with Josh, the branch manager down in Anderson. Evan looking at cylinder number 2. And Josh also on that second cylinder. Sergey, no picking. What an absolute surprise.
I am dumbfounded at this moment.
If he wants to stay alive in this competition, he's got to have it.
Evan, you just defeated Josh, who's the branch manager down in Anderson. We had predicted you to not be able to do that. What was the turning?
Honestly, that's fair. I didn't think I was going to win either.
They'd love to have that belt down in South
And
Carolina.
one
Look at
quick
that.
pick there.
Leonard and Taylor both picked their second cylinder right around the same time.
This should be interesting. Chad has last year's reigning champion, Scotty Henson, in the house.
Thomas was one of the original architects of the Lockpick Championship, so defeating him, what would that mean to you?
It'd mean a lot. I learned a lot from Thomas, what to do, probably even more what not to do.
Scotty has picked the first 2 cylinders in 24 seconds.
Thomas Heavey with the first 3-cylinder pick of the day. Should he somehow manage to stay alive and win this thing and the belt stays with him, I don't believe I'll ever hear the end of it. And we've got Nan down in Anderson.
Nan's years of experience and overall talent. It's going to be hard for Dylan to advance here.
Chad here struggling on number 2, trying to get that one to turn. You can see that sprained finger. He's really dealing with it, but he's making it work. Dylan still with nothing, and that's it.
Yeah, surprising no pick this late in the competition.
That was tough. I really thought I had an advantage with the guy with the broken finger.
I can't bend it.
But you are actually left-handed.
Yes, I pick right-handed though.
Andrew Ingram with the Loc-Doc green bandage. You gotta stay on brand.
Speaking of on brand, a lot of these cylinders are getting turned really, really quickly. You know what cylinder you can't turn very quickly? Medico. If you're looking for a high security cylinder for your facility that can't be picked in 20 seconds or less, give us a shout. We'll tell you about Medico. And here we go. We got to look at Mr. Andrew Moody. Got 1 cylinder turn there, working on number 2. And Zach, again, struggling here. Now the pressure is really on. And Zach's got 2. If he can get this 3rd one, he's alive. And that is time.
Nathan took the lead there very quickly. The first 2 cylinders was, 12 seconds?
That's correct. Yeah, sometimes as the coach, you want your playmakers to come out and make big plays, and that's what we had here today.
A man of few words.
And of absolute confidence. Dan, speaking of a man of few words, something you don't want a few words in, your key records.
Yeah, we no longer want to trust paper records in our industry anymore. We're working on digitizing our records. OMS is your solution for that. We sticker every door. You can look up online from anywhere what key operates what, who has a key to that opening, and if it is ever compromised, how many doors you have to rekey.
If you need more words for your key system, give us a call today. And with that, Dan, we are now to our Sweet 16, if you will.
We had a big upset with our very own Dan Maloney taking down Sergey the Tiger Shamshire, our branch manager Josh Smith being taken out by Evan Privatera from the account department, and Rookie of the Year Ben Kessel taking down Matthew Johnson. Last year's belt winner Scotty Henson being taken down by the one and only Thomas Heavey IV.
Today's aerial coverage is brought to you by Eagle Eye Networks. If you're looking to secure your facility with good video coverage, Eagle Eye has the solution with cloud-based solutions for everyone. For more information, be sure to give us a shout. Getting set for our next round here.
We have Alec, Eric, and Anthony are heavy favorites, with Scotty and Matthew both previous champions being eliminated already.
We have Alec and Anthony in this round, and an unlikely hero in Sam. And Alec, the sewing machine Flanagan, already with one cylinder turned. Eric has got his work cut out for him. It's going to have to be all three if he wants to keep the dreams of a belt in South Carolina alive. And here we go, Eric now with 2, working on that 3. Alec got all 3, and that is all she wrote for Eric Spear. And that is the round. Let's go to Chad.
Just went 3 cylinders in for 1 minute and 22 seconds. How are you feeling right now?
My elbow is feeling fatigued.
What do you think your strategy is going to be going up against Alec?
Horses prepare for battle, but victory comes from the Lord, so.
That is an absolute word for somebody this morning. Can I get an amen? Wow, first really quick pick by Brandon there, working on that second cylinder now.
Dan is on his 3rd cylinder.
Dan is on cylinder number 3.
Ben
Advantage
is also on.
Dan.
Yep. And Ben just picked his 3rd cylinder, guys.
Ben got the 3rd cylinder pick and stays alive. A heavy favorite moves on. It's good to have you back.
It's hard to compete with a 3-pick.
It is hard to compete with a 3-pick.
Dan is in the booth crying right now, but Ben has really been methodic in getting to that 3rd pick. What has been the key to victory here? No pun intended.
Shake and bake, man. That's it.
Andrew Ingram, the lefty, picking righty with a injured hand.
With an injured hand.
Nan looking to take our unlikely bracket buster of Evan out of the competition.
You can see that finger really he wants to flex it, but just can't. Evan's definitely got the time on too, so she's going to have all 3 to keep it going. We're going to get Chad on the floor with Evan.
And you went up against Nan, who I think had one of the fastest qualifying times for all 3 picks. How did you do that?
Well, I just prepared my fields for rain. That's just what I'm here for. I'm ready to go.
So we have 2 of our sales team in the final.
Yes, that's correct.
3 out of our 4 are still in the competition.
So how does it feel to have lasted longer in the competition than Kevin?
Wow. That's a really, really combative thing to say.
Now, Sam here trying to compete with Evan to be the biggest Cinderella story.
Yeah, it is a real David and Goliath battle here, and we have seen the ferocity at which Alec attacks those
Alec's
cylinders.
hand shaking at the start.
1 cylinder down for Alec. Moving on number 2, Sam seems to be unfazed. He is running his race. Another interesting matchup that I'm seeing here is Nathan versus Thomas. The coach versus the teacher. And that is time.
The Sweet 16 did not disappoint, with Eric Brown taking out one of the crowd favorites, Andrew Ingram. A true David and Goliath round, with Sam coming out on top, and the coach comes out victorious. And now on to the top 8, but before that, let's hear from the coach.
Someone may have said that Thomas could embarrass some folks if he made it past a certain round. What do you think about taking him out in that final round?
Well, I think Thomas said it best. There was embarrassment that took place for sure. But again, just classic case of outworking and out-hustling the other team.
We are turning our attention back to the boards, and we have a Brandon versus Ben matchup.
Oh, Ben with that quick 1st cylinder, looking to make some waves here.
Brandon has never picked the 3rd cylinder, so this would be a huge surprise if he was able to pull this out.
And Taylor with 2 cylinders working on that 3rd. This is a real scorcher for the remote folks here. And there's 3 cylinders from Ben. Michael will advance. I believe we'll get official word. Let's go to the floor.
Brandon had the first 2 cylinders picked faster than you, but you just kept plugging away in that 3rd cylinder, and then when you turned it, it was just like it was supposed to happen.
Oh, yeah.
We do know Evan is the long shot here.
He is definitely the long shot. And we are set. The buttons are hit. The lights are on. Let's go. Taking a look here at Evan versus Eric, 2 account manager heavyweights. And with the quick 1st cylinder there. Oh, Evan, all 3 cylinders.
What in the world?
That is Evan's first time picking all three, and I think that might have been the fastest three pick
I think
of
Evan
the
is
day.
as shocked as anybody.
That, my friends, is my protege.
So you look pretty shocked that you got all three picked right there.
Not just me, the entire room.
Yes, and very quickly, too. What was your time?
19.3 seconds.
Oh, 19.3.
So here we go. Our final four competitors are making their way to the tables. There's the button, the lights are on, and let's get moving.
Evan back on the same board he had picked all three
There's
on.
one cylinder. Ben also working on his second cylinder.
Alec is on his third cylinder.
Alec is working on his third cylinder.
Ben
with two.
Ben trying to make
Evan's
a
on his
third in a row comeback here. And Ben gets all three.
Ben with all three. Alex so close, yet so far away.
Nathan yet to pick all three.
Look at that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, seals the deal. It's Evan Privatera versus Ben Kessel, 2025 Lock-Picking Championship. Let's see what happens. They're getting set. There's the button, waiting for the lights.
And they're off.
Evan starting with cylinder number one. There's one for Ben. He's working on two, off to an early lead. There's one cylinder for Evan. We're going to number two. Ben's going to have to really, really work this. He's going to have to get that third one if he wants to take it home. Hoping for a no pick from Ben. Can he hold on?
3, 2, that's it.
And that is it.
Wow.
He holds on. An absolute just from left field. Let's go to Chad on the floor.
Good to see somebody from Buffalo win something, so congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, this is a very rare occurrence, so shout out to us, you know.
All right, so we have last year's champion, Scotty, here is going to hand off the belt.
Wow.
Congratulations on a fantastic run and really just screwing up everybody's bracket.
Yeah, you know, I'm here to ruin days, you know, but I want to shout out to my opponent there. He's had some really stiff competition going on. Going into it, really didn't think I was going to win there, but yeah, it feels pretty good.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah.
I think that really highlights how unpredictable this year's competition was.
It's just a testament, I think, to the new format. But again, I think it really levels that playing field.
Yeah, I mean, huge shout out to the new boards, the whole design, the way the games ran. It makes it very, very smooth.
Looking forward to next year's tournament, 2026. We'll see if Evan can hold on to that belt.
For Dan Maloney and Kevin Starr, this has been the 2025 Loc-Doc Lock-Picking Championships. We'll see you next year.